Hello everyone. In this video we'll explain a problem on square pyramid kept in edge condition. I suggest you to go through my previous video on projection of square prism kept in both edge condition and corner condition before watching this video. Question is, a square pyramid of 40 mm sides of base and 60 mm height is resting on HP on one of its edges of base. Axis is making 30 degree with respect to HP and resting side is making 45 degree with respect to VP. Draw the projections. First, whenever question is given, identify whether the given object is a prism or pyramid. In this object, it's clearly mentioned that a square pyramid, so given object is pyramid of base dimension 40 mm and height 60 mm. Then identify what is the inclination with HP and also with respect to VP. Here axis is making 30 degree with respect to HP and resting side is making 45 degree with respect to VP. You have to note down these two things. What is the axis inclination with respect to HP and whether resting side is making inclination with respect to VP or whether axis is making certain inclination with respect to VP. Note down these things.
I am having one square pyramid as shown here. In previous video I told you pyramid will be having one base and there will be one common apex, and from all the corners of base there will be one inclined edge to common apex. You can see there are four corners, there are four base corners, and from every corners of base there is one inclined edge to common apex. So this square pyramid I can keep it in two manners. I can keep this pyramid in edge condition like this, or else you can keep this pyramid in corner condition like this. You can see here right now the pyramid is resting on one particular corner. If I place it like this, it is resting on one corner. If I place it like this, it is resting on this particular edge. So here square pyramid is resting on edge, square pyramid is resting on corner. In top view, when I observe this square pyramid from top side, I can see square base, I can see a square base plus I can see this apex, and from all the corners of base I can see this inclined edges also. So in top view you have to mark a square shape depending on whether it is kept in edge condition or corner condition. If it is kept in edge condition, your square will be like this, and if it is kept in corner condition, square will be like this. You have to mark this apex also, and you have to indicate these inclined edges.
Since in this problem the pyramid is resting on one of its edges, we'll keep pyramid in edge condition. A pyramid of dimension 40 mm, base dimension 40, so this completes base of square pyramid kept in edge condition. You have to mark center also. Draw two diagonals. You will get center of square pyramid.
Here when you observe from top side, since these inclined edges are visible, all the visible edges you have to keep thick. That's why in front view I am marking
These inclined edges thick. Let me name different points. A, bottom corner B, C, D. This apex will mark it as O1. O1 is not visible because O1 is center of base Since it is not visible, we'll write it inside bracket. O is apex. Here apex is visible, so we'll write it outside bracket. And these letters also, since A, B, C, D, it represents base corner, we'll use prefix 1 to mark all the base corners. So here A1, B1, C1, D1 are base corners, O1 is center of base, and O is apex. Project vertical lines from all the corners. Since it is projection line, you have to draw it thin. Also one axis line from center. According to given question, height of this pyramid is 60 mm. In pyramids, always you have to take height from center. So height of this pyramid is 60. Draw one line of length 60 mm. Since this line passes through center of pyramid, this is the axis line. So change it to axis line. Therefore, we'll complete visible triangular face here. Connect this point with the apex and this bottom point with the apex. Complete naming also. So along this line, I'm having point A1 and B1. So this is A1 dash and B1 dash, A1 dash and B1 dash. But identify out of A1 and B1 which is visible and which is hidden or which is away from observer. Here I am observing from here. Observer is located here. So when you observe from here, B1 is nearer to observer, this is visible point. A1 is away from observer, this is hidden point. And all the hidden point will write it inside bracket. So A1 will be inside bracket, B1 will be outside bracket. Similarly here, C1 is nearer to observer, visible point, will write it outside bracket. D1 dash, that is hidden point because that is away from observer. C1 dash is visible point. This is O dash. And this point, this is O1 dash. Again, it's not visible, so we'll write it inside bracket.
In this object, A1, B1, C1, D1, this apex is O, and exactly at center of base, here comes point O1. When you observe this pyramid from front side, you can see a triangular face. Only this triangular face is visible, and this height will be 60 mm according to given question. So here, along this edge, I am having point B1 and A1, but when you observe from front side, B1 is visible, this B1 is visible, A1 is not visible. Therefore, I am writing A1 inside bracket and B1 outside bracket. Here, C1 is visible outside bracket and D1 will be inside bracket. This is point O and this is point O1. In front view, O1 is not visible, so we'll write it inside bracket. In second step, it is given that axis is making 30 degree with respect to HP. Always in second step, we have to consider what is the inclination with respect to HP. So according to given question, axis is making 30 degree with respect to HP. So after completion of this first step, axis will be here. Axis is making 90 degree here, or axis is exactly vertical. In second step, you have to rotate this object such that This axis will be making 30 degree with respect to HP. By the end of second step, this will be the position of object. Here object is rotated such that this axis will be inclined at 30 degree with respect to HP. So in previous problem I told you, whenever axis inclination with respect to HP is given, we have to find out what is this inclination, this base inclination you have to find out. To find out this 90 degree minus given axis inclination. So here axis is making 30 degree, therefore this base will be inclined at 90 minus 30. So this base will be making 60 degree, 90 minus 30. So by the end of second step, this will be the position of object, complete respective front view as well as top view.
You have to copy same diagram from first step to second step, but this base should be making an angle of 60 degree. 90 minus given axis inclination with respect to HP. So 90 minus 30, that will be 60 degree. So in second step, this is point A1 dash, B1 dash, will rotate pyramid towards left side. So this dimension is this is 40 and this is 60. Base dimension is 40 mm and base will be making an angle of 60 degree. And exactly at center, or now this is A1 dash, B1 dash point and this is D1 dash and C1 dash point. A1 dash and B1 dash, and this is C1 dash and D1 dash. Next we'll mark point O dash. To mark point O, measure distance from A1 to O. I am explaining how manually you can copy this diagram from first step to second step. While drawing in graph sheet, you have to follow this method. Measure distance from A1 to O. This is 63.25 mm. So obviously this dimension will be same, 63.25 mm. Take your compass. Cut one arc by taking this one as center and radius 63.25. Construct one arc here. One more arc by taking C1 as center and radius 63.25. Radius should be 63.25. These two arcs will intersect here. So this intersection point is point O dash. Connect O dash with A1 and C1. I have copied same diagram from first step to second step. Indicate axis line also. Axis line should be thin. After this, project vertical lines from every corner. We'll project one more vertical line from O1 and horizontal lines from every corner. You can trim this extra lines, extra portion you can trim. This portion you can erase. Now locate different points here. Before that, this is O1 dash and this apex is point O dash. One more thin line from O1. Now locate different points here. We'll start with A. So this is vertical line from A1. This is horizontal line from A1. So this vertical and horizontal line will intersect here. So this is point A1. So this is point A1. Vertical line from B1, horizontal line from B1, these two will intersect here. So this is point B1. Mark B1 point next. Similarly, vertical and horizontal line from C1 and vertical line from C1, these two will intersect here. So this is C1 point and the last point D, horizontal from D1 and vertical line from D1. So this will be D1 point. Now remaining points are O1 and O, vertical line from O, horizontal line from O, these two will intersect here. So this is point O and this is point O1. Connect all the points. While connecting these points, you have to remember the procedure which I told you during previous problem. First, concentrate only on outermost points. A1 is outermost point, O is outermost point. So one thick line from A1 to O. B1 is outermost, C1 is outermost, D1 is outermost again, A1 is outermost. So I am concentrating only on outermost points now and connect all the outermost points using a thick line. After this, in previous problem I told you, every corner if you consider there should be 3 lines from every corner. The 3 lines are, first consider A1 point, there is one line from A1 to B1, there is one line from A1 to D1, there is one line from A1 to O. So even in this diagram there should be 3 lines, one from A1 to D1, it's already there, A1 to O is, it's already present, so one line is missing, the missing line is from A1 to B1, A1 to B1, this line is missing. So before you construct this line, you have to identify whether this edge is visible or it is hidden. To identify whether this edge is visible or hidden, you have to observe from top side. When you observe from top side, the point A1 and B1 that is below axis line, you have to identify whether these 2 points it lies above axis line or below axis line. If this point lies below axis line, then that particular point is hidden point, and if it lies above axis line, then that point is visible, and all the visible points should be connected using continuous line and all hidden points should be connected using dotted line. Since point A1 and B1 is below axis line, it is hidden. So you have to connect using dotted line, thick dotted line. So that completes all the three lines from point A1, A1 to O, A1 to D1 and A1 to B1. Next, we'll move to second point B1. Again, there should be three lines. Three lines are one from B1 to C1, B1 to A1 and B1 to O. B1 to A1 I am having, B1 to C1 it's there and B1 to O. All the three lines already exists. So B1 point it's over now. Moving on to next point C1. Three lines should be there. Three lines are C1 to D1, C1 to B1, C1 to O. C1 to D1 I am having, C1 to B1 I am having, C1 to O. This line is pending. Identify where exactly C1 point is present. C1 is nearer to observer or it is above axis line. Since it is above axis line, it is visible point. So should be connected using a continuous line. Therefore, I am connecting C1 and O using one continuous line. This line should be continuous. So now there comes three lines from C1. Line number 1, second line, third line. So that completes C1 point and the last point D1. There should be three lines. Three lines are one from D1 to A1, D1 to C1 and D1 to O. D1 to A1 I am having, D1 to C1 it's there, D1 to O is pending. D1 is above axis line, it is nearer to observer. So that line should be continuous. So connect D1 to O using a continuous line. That completes the second step. Indicate angle also. According to given question, axis is making 30 degree. So mark 30 degree here. Axis is making 30 degree. If axis is making 30 degree, then this base will be making 90 minus 30 degree, 60 degree. Base will be making 60 degree. Moving on to third step. Here in first step, observer is here. Second step, observer will be here. And in third step again, observer will be here. According to given question, resting side is making 45 degree with respect to VP. In third step, you have to identify what is the inclination with respect to VP. Here it's given that resting side is making 45 degree with respect to VP. So first identify which is the resting side. To identify which is the resting side, there are two options. First method, here this square pyramid is resting on A1 B1. Or second easiest method is consider second diagram. In second diagram, identify the line or identify the edge which is touching XY line. Here A1 B1 is touching XY line. Therefore, this square pyramid is resting on A1 B1. Here C1 D1 it's not in contact with the XY line. So object is not resting on C1 D1. So resting side will be A1 B1. This resting side is not visible, so I am marking it dotted. In third step, resting side is making 45 degree with respect to VP. First mark one line at an angle of 45 degree. This angle has to be 45. After that, you have to copy this same object from second step to third step such that this is the resting side. Resting side should be making an angle of 45. So you have to place this A1 B1 on this 45 degree line. So you have to copy this diagram. Place it on 45 degree line. A1 B1 should be resting on 45-degree line. You can rotate this. When you draw it in graph sheet manually, you have to copy this diagram from second step to third step. Using software, you can directly copy this object. You have to mark axis line also here. For marking axis line, O to O1. This will be axis line. So that completes second step, and in third step you need to represent axis line also. So this will be center, point O1, and this becomes axis. Change it to axis type. So moving on to final step, you have to project vertical lines from all the corners, starting from A1. We need to project a vertical line from O1 as well. And horizontal lines from different points. Now locate different points in final diagram. I will start with A1 point. This is the vertical line from A. This is the horizontal line from A1. These two will intersect here. So this point is A1 dash. Next, this is the vertical line from B1. Horizontal line from B1. That these two lines will intersect here. So this is point B1 dash. Third point, vertical line from C1, horizontal line from C1. These two will intersect here. So this is point C1 dash, and the last point, vertical from D1, horizontal line from D1. These two are intersecting here. So this is D1 dash. This is point O1 dash. You can mark it in the same procedure by identifying horizontal and vertical lines. And this is point O, vertical from O, horizontal from O dash. So this is point O dash. Now the final step, you have to connect these different points. Before connecting these points, you have to follow same procedure what you followed here. First identify which are the outermost points. We'll start with O. O is one outermost point. Next, this A1 is outermost point. Connect only outermost point first. Next outermost point is B1. Next outermost point is C1. And if you consider this D1 point, this is not outermost point. D1 lies inside, so I am not concentrating on D1 right now. I am considering only outermost point, so I will connect C1 to O. This line should be thick, continuous. Next, we'll concentrate on this inner point. So D1 is pending now. D1 is inner point. Identify when you observe from here whether D1 point is nearer to observer or it is away from observer. Or else identify whether this D1 is above axis line or it is below axis line. If it is away from observer, this is hidden point, this becomes hidden point, and all the hidden points should be connected using dotted line. Since D1 is away from observer, when you observe from here, D1 is hidden, so all three lines which comes from D1 should be dotted. So if you have any confusions regarding which are the three lines, you can refer this diagram. Three lines to D1 are one from C1 to D1, one from A1 to D1, and last from O to D1. So I will connect three lines from D1. Three lines are A1 to D1. It's dotted because D1 is away from observer. It should be thick dotted. Next, D1 to C1. And the last line D1 to O. I told you there should be three lines from every point. If you consider A1, there are three lines, line number 1, 2, 3. If you consider B1, I am having only two lines. That means one line from B1 is missing. To identify the missing line, again you can refer this first diagram. One from B1 to O, B1 to C1, B1 to A1. B1 to A1 I am having, B1 to C1 I am having, B1 to O. This line is missing. Next, identify whether it has to be dotted or continuous. For that, observe from here, B1 is nearer to observer, so that is visible point, and all the visible points should be connected using a thick continuous line. Therefore, I will construct a thick line from B1 to O. Now, last one remaining line is axis line. Axis line will be from O to O1. You can erase all the unwanted lines. These extra lines you can erase. So this completes solution for square pyramid resting on edge condition. Thank you.